Hello everyone and welcome to Prison Architect. I am Titan and today we are going to be starting to work on our very own prison. So this game came out of early access recently, and from the last time that I played it on a regular basis, it has a lot more features. As an example, there are now more than the standard warden. The original warden most balanced and he is basically neutral. Then we have the lobbyist, Rita, JW Periwinkle, the pacifier, or Safarak Nova. Okay then. We are going to go with Rita because she halves the likelihood of prisoners becoming stoical or, well, being stoical or fearless, and the prisoners that we get in our prison are suppressed twice as quickly. We are going to remove forests from being generated. We're going to keep failure conditions, and we are going to be starting with a relatively small prison. Okay, so first thing is first, we are going to freeze time. And then we're going to basically deny all prisoners access to our prison, as right now it basically does not exist. And we have a planning tool, and before I forget, we are going to need to go for some grants, which are basically a to-do list. So the way I'm going to be constructing this prison is in a modular fashion, and we're going to basically be designing the entirety of the prison with the planning tool right now, and hopefully we will be able to start construction by the end of the episode. So let's get to it. So I've been playing this game, quite a lot over the last couple of days, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Much like with turn-based games like Hearthstone, Pokemon or XCOM, I really do like games where you can create your own little environment. Stuff like Viva Pinata, Prison Architect, which is what we are currently playing. Just games like that, I find them incredibly relaxing. Okay, so that's going to be the entrance to our prison. Okay, I've lined that up slightly wrong. Unfortunate. So what we're doing right now is we are creating the rooms where the the generator and the water supply is going to be coming from. And now we are going to be working on our reception, which is where each and every one of our prisoners will be going as they enter the prison. I believe they get strip searched and then taken into the prison. We're going to put a wall there so that we have a extra layer of security entering the prison. Along with that, we need a 5x5 cell as a holding cell. That's 4x4, that's 5x5. So that is that done. Right. This is how we get into the prison, and that's going to be where we have a corridor to go down to where I am planning on having the cells. Now that we currently have a reception, our power supply, our water supply, I'm going to work on some offices, which I believe have to be 4x4. Okay, one office down. Actually, I think it'd be better if we had it like this. Yeah. just going to keep making some minor changes here and there. I say that, and I'm just going to keep toying with this until it gets to the point where I actually want it to be. Okay, there we are. We can now enter the offices and the staff room from a decent position, and it just makes it a little bit more difficult for the prisoners to actually get to the offices. In total, I believe there are 8 units that require a office, and so we are just going to put the layout for all 8 of those. 6 down, 2 to go. Okay, there is our 8 cells for our staff, and now we are going to be needing a staff room. So the staff room, I believe, also only has to be 4x4, but because I am planning on having having this prison last a while before we sell it to go on to our next, I am thinking that we are going to have the staff room about this size. Along with that, we are just going to leave a gap here so that in the future, when we decide to expand, we have a bit of breathing room to connect up all of the areas. Okay, now I'm going to want to put in a kitchen, a canteen, and potentially a common room. Along with that, we're going to want a shower room for our prisoners, as one of the main things that our prisoners will require is they're going to need to have the hygiene need met, so we're going to have that there, and we are just going to be working on our canteen and our kitchen. Okay, that's where we're going to have the kitchen, and we are just going to need our, this is the canteen, this is where the kitchen is, so I have a staff door there, a cell door there, cell door there. Just toying with the current layout of the prison. Okay, that is where we are going to have our shower, and now we can begin construction. Yep, everything looks right. Once the prisoner gets past this cell door, this one, they are basically free. So I am going to be having a substantial amount of security in the prison as a whole. And as we wait for our workmen to construct a prison, I'm going to take a swig of my water. So to start with, we are only going to be having minimum security prisoners, and we are going to gradually increase it to a medium and then potentially a high security prison. Okay, I've got a holding cell, I've got a shower, got a kitchen, got a canteen, but I do not yet have a yard, so I am more than likely going to work on designing that now. I completely forgot about the yard, if I'm honest. So more often than not, whenever I am designing my own prison, I tend to have some concrete walls and some fences built just to make it a little bit more difficult for our prisoners to try and mount an escape from the yard. And while that gets underway, we are going to start working on our utilities. I should mention that once we have all of the walls and everything that goes into our prison, like the furniture, the showers, and so on and so forth, we are going to be ending off the episode. I just want to get the base design for the prison done for today. Might as well get some grass on the ground in our yard, and we can start assigning everything. Okay, holding cell goes there. Where's the shower? There's the shower. I could make that into a incredibly small common room. I'll have to think about that. Okay, now that that is sorted, we can now begin putting down the walls. Unfortunately, as we are putting the walls down now, the electricity that was originally surging through our prison is now going to be, well, the range of our generator has just been drastically reduced because of the addition of walls that have been added into the prison. Kind of unfortunate, but we need our walls. Looks like I forgot to put in a slot for the wall to go into the office, and I'm going to need one more wall just so I can put a staff door here. Okay, what goes into the offices? We're going to need chairs in every single one. We are also going to need a office desk in every single one. Alongside that, we are going to be needing a filing cabinet. Yeah, a filing cabinet. Okay, that sorted. Right, we're going to need a office desk, a table. I don't like how that table looks. It looks like it's becoming one with the wall, and I do not want our table to become one with the wall, but it will have to do for now. Just going to have a toilet and a bench into our holding cell. Now we're going to put a large amount of shower heads into the shower, as it wouldn't really work as a shower without them. Almost had the rotation wrong there. Okay, next thing on the list, we need to sort out our canteen and our kitchen. I've just noticed something. The canteen is the kitchen and the kitchen is the canteen. That's a minor mistake. So right, that's a cooker, that's a fridge. What else do I need? Yes, Titan. The sink is a fridge. Before we carry on, I am going to swap these around so that I can make it so that I can actually distinctly notice what needs to be where. Right, now we're going to need to locate a serving table. A relatively large kitchen for our prisoners, and now we're going to need to put down the doors, or at least the doors that I haven't already put down. I did this with the last prison that I made off camera. Always make this mistake. Easily fixed though. Easily fixed. There we go, we have now fixed our yard. Come on workers, we're going to need those fences. Right, now that all of that is sorted, we are going to need to deal with the utilities. Oh, I didn't put the filing cabinets down. Derp. I am looking forward to later on in the series when we have access to the cloning ability from, I believe it's the guy who unlocks, yeah, it's the foreman. He allows us to unlock the cloning tool, which will pretty much clone everything in a room to make it easier for us just to make our prisons. Okay, so before I even begin on this, actually no, I can't afford to do that. Can't afford to put in any extra power cells for our generator just yet, but we are going to focus on getting our 2 guards and our 2 chefs. Now we can afford 1 power cell, a capacitor. And now we focus on getting our prison up to scratch when it comes to the utilities. Okay, that would be that done. And now I'm just going to need to attach a pipe to every single one of the shower heads, and then I'm going to need to hook it back up to the water supply, and then we are good to go. Annoyingly, now that we have hired some guards, we do have to rely on them to open up all of the doors for our workers. So it does make working on the areas where the cell doors are a little bit more awkward. We are definitely going to be researching the foreman as soon as possible, as I would definitely like to have access to the cleaners, as already our prison is filthy. Looks like I forgot to add pipes going from the water supply. Okay, are we good? No, we are not. We do not make it to the sink, which is kind of important, as we do need clean water in the kitchen when it comes to making our food. Right, I don't really like the idea of having large pipes going through the holding cell, but we will have it for now. Almost there. There we go. Okay, why is the electric not reaching here? Ah, that'll be why. Minor mistake on my part. But then again, I say it's a minor mistake. If that happened in reality, people would not be very happy. Okay, now that we have got the base design for our prison on the go, I think that's where I'm going to call it for today's episode. So thank you for watching the first episode of Prison Architect. I am Titan, and I will see you next time.